Well, that's how I answer the phone because I work for a living. So I never know who's calling.
Okay, well, I said, yeah, anyway, you know my voice. So.
How are you, Gigi?
Well, you see why I want that bitch's head. You see why I want his head on the mantle.
I only saw 30 seconds of the video.
Okay, well, he's trying to flip it. Like he's a mastermind. He can flip it. I called him out. I said, so how does it feel now to be you're all so smug that I would never get your identity, and now you talk this shit. How does it feel to be you're all so smug, and now I know your identity. So how does it feel? I said, why don't you just admit it? So now he's saying that if he admits it, then that he's giving me a freebie, and then he's bringing out a change. He's bringing you out saying that, oh, please work for free on my case and all this other bullshit, or please help me, Angela, and all this other bullshit, and asking you, oh, please help me, please give me a handout or whatever. He's making it like I'm asking for a handout because I'm attacking him, because I've got his identity and he's scared shitless, so he's trying to flip it by saying, well, he's not going to give me an identity because I have doubts that's who he is, that he wants to admit it.
What is the information you have confirming this man's identity to be one?
I did a little bit of an investigation, and I know who he is. Let's put it at that. I did a little investigation on my own, and I know I finally got his goddamn name. And he's now denying it, trying to skirt around it. He doesn't want to admit to any defeat toward me. He doesn't want to admit to any defeat toward me, so he's trying to skirmish and trying to squirt around it, flip it, trying to say, well, why should I give you the information? Why should I tell you and give you a handout like you asked for handouts from Mike and Angela and all Mike and Angela, and please help. I don't care. I want to silence that bitch.
Well,
I have a personal hatred for that bitch, and I want to silence his smugness. So he will be added. He will be added. I just need to dig out some shit that he said in the past to make it stick.
Tell me why you know his name. Like, what do we have to support this?
I did a little snooping through emails that were sent to me, and I did a little snooping upon the things that he said. Then I did a Google search upon the name Captain Corpulence, and going to Google searches of different names that he used before. He's done this before to other people. He's trolled other people. He's a troll. He's trolled other people, and I looked through a search, then I looked through a Facebook search. Okay? I looked through a Facebook search, and the name William Royster popped up. And then I looked at it, and I compared, and it says location, so then I did another look at it.
Hell,
and I did another search.
I'll do it for you. Do you know where he's supposed to live?
Lives in Seattle, Washington. He's from Pennsylvania. Okay? He's from Pennsylvania, but he moved to Seattle, Washington. He has done some work. He's been in San Fernando, California, and he has ties to California as well. But as of the latest living arrangement, he's been living in Seattle for a long time, in Seattle, Washington. But I've heard his voice on other things. He's done some other. He's like I think he writes books. Is what he does for a living. He actually writes books for a living. He is mystery. He has a mystery novel that he did, and basically, I didn't get the name from that, but his voice. I don't know that. I'm assuming he's in his 30s. But
I got one that's 43 that used to live right here.
He doesn't live here, man.
He used to. He lived on Roseneath. Then he went to South Carolina, and now he lived in Enrico.
They're not the same person, I don't think.
But he lived ED past.
I'm just telling you stuff that I gathered, and actually Angela had looked at the time. Angela had pinpointed that he was from Seattle, and pinpointed me. Angela had looked at some stuff also and pinpointed that she knew she did a trace on him, and I came up with the same trace that basically that he did a mystery novel, or he did some kind of voice over work that he did that is his voice. I mean, he has this voice, but I mean, a voice is a dime and a dozen. I've got a voice too. I used to be a DJ myself. I have that voice also. Okay, I took the Dale Carnegie School of voice work, voice communication work. When I went to J. Sargent Reynolds, took a class with Dale Carnegie, and you know who that is. So, getting to the point, though, he has ties to California. He's got ties to Pennsylvania. He's got ties to somewhere in Pennsylvania. Don't know where, but the last time I checked, he resides and lives currently in either Seattle or Tacoma, Washington.
Well, why hasn't he ran off or stopped using his name?
Well, the tie to his name is William Royster. That name has come up a few times. So I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% sure. I'm about 85% sure. I'm about 85% sure. So I just threw it out there, and it seems like it's kind of ghosted him a little bit.
Isn't that video I sent you from last night?
So I already saw that video myself because I was looking on his channel. I knew that he was going to do that.
Yeah, he posted it yesterday.
Yeah, no, I looked at it because this is when I attacked him yesterday on Kevin's. He's posting on the Kevin's and Vince's video. So I came up there and counter-toed him and told him, "Listen here, bitch, you know." And then I said what I said. I came out here.
You got to do better than that. That's not sufficient to identify somebody, George.
I came up with the identity because that is his identity. I would bank on it because he has not said, "Oh well," he's not going to confirm it because he's scared shitless. He doesn't want, he's probably wondering how the hell I got his identity. He's probably wondering how the hell he's got his identity, so he doesn't want to. He's been trying to hold back and hide that. I've got everybody's identity. They can squirm around and whatnot. I've got everybody's identity, from Sean Brennan to Will Markland to Jeremy Warren. Jeremy Warren, we know, is Piss 4400. I got everybody's fucking identity. And I didn't need a PI to do it either.
Then we'll add William Royster to the complaint if that's what you want to do. I'm
going to add his name to the complaint because he is based. I have to dig up some videos where he had, but there's some shit where he said was pretty damn
on those and engage in discovery to identify the true names of the parties.
Yeah. But I want that corpulence bitch. I want that corpulence bitch. I want him to squirm.
Well, George, let's file the lawsuit against that motherfucker tomorrow. I told you I'd pay the filing fee, didn't I? All
right. Slow down. I've got to be in my 100% in that mode, and I've got a lot going on right now that I'm trying to deal with. So I want to wait. I want to wait a little bit.
Well,
but we'll probably end up doing it before Christmas.
Good.
Probably end up before Christmas. I mean, November is next week. So probably end up doing it.
That's when I'll have time. About the second week of December, I don't have a job anymore. I'm out of work until about the second week of January. Just people don't hire me. There's no money in the business industry in the last 2 weeks.
What I'm saying is, November is like next week.
That's
and I'm saying the election is Tuesday, Halloween is Sunday. Wait. Yeah, no. Halloween is Saturday, and the election is Tuesday.
Yeah.
So.
Are you outside, PG?
Yeah, I'm at a place called Noodles getting some lunch real fast, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start working. What's that?
It is a nasty motherfucker out there.
No, it is pretty nasty. I had to get oil change this morning. I got tires yesterday, and then I got an oil change this morning.
If you need an inspection sticker, George, and it's not that fucked up, I know a guy who'll legally pass it. It just has to.
What are you talking about?
Do you need an inspection sticker?
No, I'm good until I already know somebody who's going to do that for me. I already took care of that back in February. I'm good until February.
I've got some marijuana I would like you to eat.
I'm not. I'll do the CBD, but I'm not doing the THCB. I'll do the CBD, but not the THCB. I'm not going to ingest it. I mean, if I can just put it on my knee, that's what I want to do.
Ingest it. You eat it.
Eat it.
I make it into candies.
Make it into candy?
Yep.
You're fucking nuts, man.
You should see some. Maybe eat one or two.
All right. So anyway, if you listen to what he does at the end of that video, that really pissed me off.
What do you do?
He starts mentioning everybody that I know, saying that I'm asking for handouts and all that shit.
I haven't heard the video.
So that's a defamation right there. He says I'm asking for handouts. That's defamation right there. I'm asking for handouts. I'm asking for charity. That's a bunch of bullshit right there.
Like I said, I haven't seen the video.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you'll get a chuckle out of it. It made me red mad. It made me see the color red.
I like the
captain. Excuse me?
I like the captain.
I don't like the son of a bitch. Of course you like him. I don't like the son of a bitch because he's a fucking troll.
His voice, George. I don't know
He's a troll. He's a fucking troll is what he is.
But you called me that.
Well, you are that. You are that, but you said you're up for redemption. You want to be up for redemption, so whatever.
I'm not a member of the inner circle.
Okay. Well, I can piss on that inner circle.
You got all those people.
Inner circle, basically.
You saw the.
Anyway, I posted that video up also too. I timed it right. I posted that other video, that third video. They're like talking about that too. Just running their mouth.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, they're just running their fucking mouth. He says that I won't do a rebuttal video. I don't like to do tirade videos anymore. He said, well, because I haven't done any tirade videos and whatever, haven't done this, haven't done that. No, I don't appease. My videos are not to appease them. That's what they want me to do, tirade videos.
Why does the response have to be a tirade?
The response is feeding them. I've already said what I needed to say to that bitch. And he can't come up with anything, I've already said what I needed to say to that bitch. And now he's coming up with a video, trying to get me to come out with a video. Trying to get me to respond.
That's how it works.
It's a tirade.
You follow the motion, they follow the response, and then you follow a reply.
For me to do videos against them does not look good for me to prove a case.
But you don't have to do a terrorist video. Just do one talking to the people.
I don't want to talk to them. You get what I'm saying? This is where the pigeonhole comes in. I'm not going to be pigeonholed. Kevin is right. I should not be pigeonholed to these bitches, and I'm not pigeonholed. I just don't want them to steal my material. That is why it's caused a strain on Kevin in our relationship as far as doing shows. Because Kevin wants to have the show out when he does it. And I told him that I'm not, unfortunately, in the perfect world, that would be great. But under the circumstances, I have bitches that steal my material.
George, I told you, you let that shit go. I told you yesterday, it's time to let that shit go. Fuck that shit. Post your videos, make them with a smile on your face, and move on.
And they take every fucking video that I do, they steal it, they twist it up.
But George, the internet does that with everything.
At least when I do it on a closed circuit, I feel refreshed because the people that I like, the people that my group that I like and respect, can see it without listening to their fucking venom. You get it?
George, when you silence any possibility of criticism, when you silence it, it's never good.
Listen to me. This is where you and I, their criticism is an attack. Their criticism is not just an attack to get into my personal world. You get it? Actions being shown where you can't get any information, where you can't get any information, so hire somebody to snap pictures. Hire a PI or some fucking lowlife to follow me to take pictures behind my back. You tell me if that's not that's where the criminal aspect of it is. Okay, that's where the criminal part of it comes into play. So there's different elements to this. That's why I need to obtain a private investigator to follow me to see them. A private investigator needs to be follow me to see them.
So let me, George, I'm laughing in your face, and you know how stupid that sounds. I need to hire somebody.
No, it's not stupid, really.
Hire somebody to follow me, so they can find out the goons who are also following me.
That's correct.
I mean, I understand the logic.
It's called shadowing. It's called a shadowing technique. Someone is following me, right? We know that. Someone is following me. Someone gets close-up pictures of me at a short bump mall delivering food. Okay? Well, at a random time, at a random part of the day, where I have not made any contact with anybody, not made any contact for them to know where I'm at, any contact at all, just living my life doing what I'm doing. And then some random person snaps a picture and they post it on the internet. They have no way of knowing where I am at that particular time unless they whatever they're doing. They have no way in a basic world to know what I'm doing and how I'm doing and where I'm doing it. And at a random time they snap a picture. Well, that is intrusive. That's intrusive. Well, you know what? It wasn't you.
I told you it was not me. I told you that all of these.
Okay. So I asked you it was you. You said it's not you. Fine.
But none of these people.
So now a private investigator that I hire will be able to find out whether or not who is following me, and if they're good at their craft, we'll be able to find out who is doing so. There's different ways of skinning a cat.
But what is that going to do? What is George, I thought the goal was to get you off the fucking street and into your own home. That is my goal as your friend.
Listen to me. That's what I'm trying to do on my own.
But that's not possible. I've tried to explain.
Well, wait a second now. Let's pump the brakes for a moment now. Wait a moment here. Yes, that's something that I want that needs to be done. I'm not on the street like you think I am.
I never said you were. But you don't have a permanent home like I do.
Well, that might be true, but I'm not on the street.
And nobody's, God damn it, everything said to you is some overt insult. I want to get
Well, that's the way it comes across.
I want to get
That's the way it comes across.
George, the most important thing right now are your primary needs.
My primary
needs. To you last year. It's getting cold out.
Be able to find a place for the time being until I can get my own place. There's several options that I have. There's options that I have that I take advantage of, but I can't do it all the time. I work usually sometimes too during third shift, so it's not the end of the world, but it's the fact of the matter that now, I need permanent residence. Yes, I do.
So that should be our first objective before anything else. That should be our first thing. Is trying to find
we talked about yesterday in dealing with these bitches as well.
And we can do that. But more important than that, GG is getting you in your own apartment. It doesn't have to be spotless.
I'm saving a bunch of money by doing this. I'm saving a bunch of fucking money because apartments are not. Let's face it. I don't want to be an apartment. I would rather rent a fucking house or rent-to-own situation. And the only problem with that is that the ones that I can afford are in the projects or Church Hill or in the fucking projects. I've done all this. I've done all the scoping. A rent-to-own situation where I'm paying rent, and then eventually I rent, then I own. But I'm not working with a lot of capital. I'm working with what I'm working with. Blood, sweat, and fucking tears.
I could be totally wrong, but your credit is shot. Nobody's going to give you a home.
My credit, I'm working on my credit. In case you don't know that. I'm working on getting my credit better, which it has gotten better.
But an apartment is reality.
Now, where are you going with this now? Reality. Where are you going with this?
An apartment is a reachable, attainable goal in the near future.
And so is a house for rent. So is a house for rent is trying to find the right place and trying to find the right location that I'm not living in the projects.
Danny has tried to find houses to rent because of Mikey, because of the whole situation with COVID. George, we didn't find one to rent. Not that we couldn't afford it. We didn't find one who would accept me because of my record.
Okay.
You're going to have the same problem because you have the evictions and the holdovers and all.
No. Just where you're wrong. An eviction, there's no eviction on my record. That is where you are so wrong. There is a foreclosure that was greeted with a bankruptcy. I had a bankruptcy in 16, and there was a foreclosure. Even though a 7 was not, it booted me out, that foreclosure was pretty much wiped by the bankruptcy, even though I was a foreclosure where they gave me an ultimatum where I had to move out. So I don't want to, look, my concern, I'll tell you my concern, that is a concern. Sometimes I'm with Sherry when she can have me there, or sometimes I'm at a motel. So I'm either with Sherry a few nights, or I'm in a hotel. And if and that's it. And that's the way it is. I need to get a better situation, so I'm working on getting a permanent situation. That is a priority. But the priority that I want, over and beyond, I want to go after these bitches as well. I want to know who's following me.
Well, George, you told me a long time ago that nobody was, and I was a goddamn lie trying to paranoid you.
Well, someone is following me now, and I want to know who it is. In order for me to find out who it is, we've got to put on our Dick Tracy hats on and figure out who is the person who is doing it. I believe this Mitchell character is a real person. Might not be his real name, but I do believe this man, that old man, is a real person. one of this bitch's fucking cronies, or whatever you want to call it. He's a fucking crony to one of these being paid by this bitch to do this. You've already admitted as much that he used to pay you for information. He used to pay you to get information. You've already admitted as much of that. So he's paying this guy, this fucking whoever this motherfucker is, to follow me and snap pictures. They knew I was in the Buffalo. I about 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. No, it was about a month ago. Did it again. I told him, come and fight me. Come meet me, come fight me. What the bitch did, he infiltrated himself in the Buffalo Wild Wings, the one that I go to in Short Pump when I'm watching football. I'm not going to go into that establishment causing a scene, but the problem was I wasn't going to give them the satisfaction of me walking in there just to have them laugh at me when they're not even in the fucking damn Buffalo Wild Wings. And that's what that bitch was doing. There is some kind of device from a camera that is used in a close zoom to market where the person is at. So this son of a bitch seems to know when I'm near Buffalo Wild Wings in Short Pump, or in that general vicinity near the mobile unit, which is right behind there. He seems to know when I'm there, supposedly. Now, I guess they have I don't know, what do you want to call it, a drone or some kind of fucking camera that is a lens that they put on a fucking, I don't know how it's done, but it is a lens camera that is able to scope out a mile away, which is kind of fucking intrusive. So when they happen to periodically see me on the road, or think they see a car that looks like mine, or, make it, and try to make me even more fucking paranoid, which is not being paranoid, but trying to make me fucking paranoid. And then when they randomly snap a picture of me right in that general vicinity near the Cheesecake Factory, pulling food out of the Cheesecake Factory, right near the damn Buffalo Wild Wings, and right near the mobile unit in Short Pump Mall, okay? They are scoping the area, and in some kind of way. This is what they had around my house when I was living there. It was either a drone, or it was either some kind of fucking device. And now you know what it was. So you need to. This affidavit needs to be done. I need to know everything. I need to know what they had around my house to be able to view at the time I was living there what I was doing. Was it a drone or was it a camera? And it was put a few miles or a few blocks down the road.
George, they stood outside of your house with drones.
Do you know this for sure, 100%?
George, for almost a year, you told me that these people didn't have resources, don't know anything, and can't do anything. You understand how contradictory your current position is?
They seem to know that this guy had a yard sale. The guy that's living in my house now had a yard sale. Ironically, I drove by there randomly had drove by there that Saturday afternoon, which was last week, because I had a delivery nearby there. And I saw the yard sale. I didn't know what they were doing, but I saw tables on there. And these bitches seemed to know that he was having a yard sale. So I keep getting fucking emails from a person with my name, using my name to email me with. Okay? False identity, and, whatever, and trying to keep emailing me with random emails. I'm going to break the code because I'm going to have a PI get into my email and unscramble who the fucker is that's doing it. I don't think that's you. I think you might have done something or knew of something to the effect of who was behind it. But what they're doing now, they're emailing me constantly. And I'm going to get a PI foremost to get in there and get IP addresses and break that protocol or email, or get in there and that protocol protector to find out who the fuck it is. Because if it's protocol, then we know who's doing it. But it's constant emails seeming to know everything and knowing that this guy had a yard sale. Why is there a surveillance still around that house? If I am the prime person, if If I'm the prime reason of why they want to follow, why are they still having a surveillance around that house?
Because they think you go in, as far as I know. I mean, George, I've been telling you for a fucking year what's going on, and instead of believing me, you believed a woman, and now wants nothing to do with you. Who's purely insane.
What are you talking about?
George, I've been telling you this shit for years, and all you would do is cuss me out. Tell me I was...
What do you mean, a woman? Are you referring to Sarah Capelli, or are you referring to Kristen?
Kristen.
I don't want to... Look, man, it's painful for me to talk about Kristen. I don't want to talk about her.
I mean, I just want you to see that, George...
Well, no, because I saw something yesterday that she did that pissed me off. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I saw something that she said yesterday on her TikTok thing that really pissed me off. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because then you're going to,
Well, what did she say?
No, I don't want to discuss it because it angers me. And by me talking about it, it's going to make me more angry.
Well, what the fuck was it? You know I can't see.
Either a troll did it or she did it, but the guy in Germany thinks that it's from her account. She put down there #George is homeless.
No.
See, that's exactly what I knew that you would fucking do.
I'm not laughing at you. Why is everything a fucking...
A bucket? What are you talking about?
No matter what I say or do ever, you always take it as a personal attack on you.
Listen to me. I don't care what they think, but when someone in my camp, I don't know if it's her actual account. Kevin in Germany thinks it is her account, but I can't see it. It says #George is homeless. Now I can't say that, sir. I like to think it's not her, but it's just because they pretend to be people too. They pretend to be different people also. It's very hurtful to me, man. It's very fucking hurtful that she would. I mean, it's hurtful. I mean, because I valued. Yeah, I at one time I valued everything, and I don't. It makes me mad. It makes me extremely mad.
Well, I mean, wouldn't it? Who wouldn't it?
What?
Who wouldn't it make angry? Who would it not make upset?
I understand that. That's exactly right. I mean, so I don't feel like I have any. I don't feel like I have any more allegiance to her. I don't feel like I have any more allegiance to her.
I mean,
act upon.
George, I hate to tell you this, but she's working with the goons, and I know you don't want to hear that. I'll get
How do you know that?
I'll get you proof. I'll get you proof.
How do you know that?
Because she is. George, she's working for the goddamn goons.
Well, I just, people. I don't know. I mean, yeah. Well, I don't care. I don't know, but at this point, I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore.
You do care because you want to know the extent of how much of a bad person she's becoming. It bothers you.
In a roundabout way, yeah.
But George, you're human. When I got into Star Trek and realized that I was a human and what that actually meant, I learned a lot about who I was. George, I told you yesterday she was talking to Alfonso about how you had a sex offender 1307 with you.
No, listen carefully. Listen carefully to me.
This is what she is telling.
She has got his identity. Alfonso, I'll tell you, she's unmasked his identity as Mark somebody. I gotta look it up. So she is, supposedly it said his name is Mark, and it's got his last name. What his name is. So she told me that he's been unmasked.
Well, George,
He's been on that Alfonso.
if all she's got is his last name, I'm not sure that's so much.
The first name and the last name.
She honestly believes that you were part of a pedo gang, George, and she's hunting on TikTok.
And I'm part of the pedo gang.
She is telling people, George, that you were part of the pedophile network in with the Clintons. I'm telling you. You think I'm nuts, but this is coming from your little sister.
She said, wait, hold on a second. Hold on. I know that she was talking about, but what because now that I told her that, now she's making up a story?
Yes, George, she's actively talking to the goons.
She's not right in her head. Wait, she's making up a story that I'm a pedo?
Yes.
Pedo.
George, if she had all this information about all these criminal actions that are really happening, why aren't the police doing anything? I told you yesterday, if anyone believed any of the fucking shit come out of that bitch's mouth, they would be knocking on the doors.
Well, maybe she has a mental issue. I don't know.
I mean, she's just different. George, she's becoming friendly with the goons is all that I can tell you. You notice Sean stopped talking about her completely? He revved up real big and then stopped all of a sudden. You notice that?
Look, you know what? Listen to me, and I understand all of that, but you yourself turned to me as well. So I can only listen to what you're saying. I can only listen to what you're saying, but you had turned on me yourself as well. So I have to be aware of everything.
George, you have to stop believing in everything she told you and acknowledge that you need to, again, look at the beginning because the information she gave you is not correct. It just isn't correct. I wish it was. I wish I could say, yeah, George, she's got it right, and this is the pedo gang and all. It's all fucking bullshit, though, brother. Like Jesus said, if it wasn't true, I wouldn't have told you.
I don't, at this point, don't know anymore. I knew because I told her I was tired of hearing about, about this person being a pedo and that person being a pedo. I asked her to refrain from it. So now she's saying that I'm a pedo. That's crazy.
Well, I mean,
I get tired of hearing her say that this person's a pedo and then Biden's a pedo and Clinton's a pedo and all this other shit. I get sick of that. I just said, please refrain. Please refrain.
How much can a man sit there and listen to it all day? That's why I made that fucking video I did. I said it on camera. Pedophile, pedophile, pedophile. God damn, bitch, come up with something new. That was funny for a little while, but, can we move past that and find something different to talk about?
Well, look, in retrospect, Lo, you admitted that you were that.
In a satirical situation.
In satirical my ass, you did. You were half.
Educate her.
No. Hold on. You were half-baked, and you admitted that you were a pedo.
Yes, George. I told her, yeah, I'm a pedophile, Kristen. Goddamn right I am. George, that's.
So what was the problem? I mean, it was. You told me it was in a jovial way.
It was designed to antagonize her and fuel her more. No one listening to that tape would think that I was coming clean about being a pedophile, George. Nobody. No one listening to that tape would think that. But yet she ran with it. He admitted it on tape.
Well, and listen to me. Look. I mean, why would you admit to something that you're not?
Because she kept on and on about it. So I said,
no. But nobody would have known the whole conjecture of the whole conversation unless hearing it come right out saying that you admitted to something like that. Why would you do that? I mean, I don't know if you're saying that you were trying to be jovial or joking or whatever, but
I was simply admitting to her only sole allegation and asking her to come up with something new. And she can't. Everyone's a pedophile. Apparently, some dude with a big-ass dick fucked the shit out of that little slut when she was fucking a young girl, and it's just stuck with her whole life. But it won't me, and it won't you, and we can't suffer for whoever did that shit.
Well, I can't see why. I mean, this is the first I've heard about her calling me that.
She did it yesterday, George.
Huh?
She told Alfonso just yesterday. I told you that.
I don't.
I'm sorry it's happening. I wish there was something I could do about it.
I said I can't believe that, but at this point I don't care. I can't believe that, but at this point I don't care because, again, the proof is in the pudding. It's been more than 2 months and she hasn't picked up the phone not once.
You want to know something funny? I called you for 6 months straight and you wouldn't answer, so I came down to the studio to see you.
Well, you know why? That's different. That's a different story altogether.
George, she was even refusing to come just because I got there.
Listen, man, you know damn well what you did, and you were in cahoots with those trolls. That's the bottom fucking line. You were in cahoots with those trolls, and you admitted as such because you were scared. You were scared about them tarnishing your business, and you didn't want that, and whatever else, you know, and then they paid you. That stuff you've admitted to. That's got to go in the affidavit. That shit's got to go in the affidavit. You'll be immune as far as I'm concerned, but that's got to, every truth is going to come out. I'll give you immunity, but you got to come out with every truth that came out. Every truth.
Well, George, I mean, I'm sure I can help you with that.
You made a mistake. Okay. People make mistakes. You made a mistake. All right. Get it. Got it. Now, what do we do from now?
I mean, George,
what's
affidavit didn't go change anything. The only thing that I have done has been friends with the goons and you at the same time, and that there is fighting words. If you even talk to one of them, you're going, you know, won't associate with me.
Why don't you use your brain for a moment and think about it? You're not an attorney, but you were hired to do something. You were hired to help on a cause.
And I even went to
not
fucking court with you.
Not to commiserate or to share ideas with the opposition. Am I correct with that? Did I pay you to talk to the opposition and share ideas with the opposition and be friendly with the opposition? No. You did that on your own. And then from there, that's when everything went down shit.
George, I even went to court with you. Do you remember that?
You went to court for your own amusement. You went to court because you knew that I would be whatever. You went to court because you knew what you thought you knew, and you knew that I was going to be struggling up there trying to come up with some shit, come up with something to get this thing finalized. You knew that, and then you wanted to be entertained by it.
I even took the stand for you.
And you even insulted me by giving them credit.
Showing the judge that I was fair and impartial, yes. That's what a good witness does.
You insulted me by giving them fucking credit, is what you would probably, by saying
the judge
that they were whatever.
The judge heard that and did not consider me a friend of yours.
You cannot play both sides and be a double agent. When you're doing and an attorney, you're not an attorney, but in most cases, with the work that you were doing, there's a thing called attorney-client privilege. And that means, in case you don't know, which I think you do know, that anything that's said between the attorney and the client is confidentiality.
George.
And anything that's shared, not to go ahead and talk to the opposition, not to talk to the opposition and to get information and trade recipes about the client.
Sure.
and then to condemn the client.
You can cuss me
For
all you
what
want,
sick,
but
perverse pleasure.
you know that Kristen is not mentally stable, and now you know these people are following. When I told you about these people following me. All right, listen, I'm gonna have to call you back because I advertised like $300 this morning, and now I'm reaping the benefits of it.
That's fine. This situation, Lo, is a little intrusive. Okay.
Well, listen, I will email you when to call me back. But right now, Bob, I gotta start working. I'm gonna miss it.
Guy, fine. Go ahead. Go.
Bye, Gigi.